Hello, welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. We're going to talk about Vampire the Masquerade number 7 here. Now, I don't think I've done like a review here on YouTube of any of the previous issues. And there are reasons for that. This feels like, even by comic book standards, kind of niche. This property isn't what it used to be. Like, say, back in 2004 when it was popular enough that they had, a video game coming out from Troika, published, I think, by Activision. Great game, by the way. The unofficial community patch stuff really fixes a lot of the weirdness with the game. It basically finishes the game to where it was supposed to be. And the game itself, was built on the same engine as Half-Life 2, the Source engine, but it was before Source was like finished for Half-Life 2, so it's kind of like on a beta version of the Source engine, so it's kind of a mess. But it's immersive. It really kind of pulls you into the murky world of the night where, the vampire characters live. And this comic book does a fantastic job of doing that too. Look at this. We've been talking for a minute. I haven't even opened the book yet. I ain't even opened the book yet. Book's written by Tim Cecily, and I've loved every issue of it. I just don't know that I can actually articulate the stuff I love about it. But this issue really kind of nails it. Like, most of the issues, that's the main character, Cecily. She is like the troubleshooter for the king and or the baron, whatever rank we had here. The prince, yeah, I guess prince is the right rank of the Twin Cities. And we just got done with like a coup, which turned into like a double coup or something. It was like crazy. And this dude here is about to be in charge. That is Cecily's ward. She's pretending that she created her, and well, she didn't. She's got no sire, so she's kind of. If Cecily hadn't taken her in, she'd probably be dead by now. Like we're like 1 week later, she'd already be dead because that's just how Vampire Society rolls. Oh, I guess I should specifically point out I'm only going to really talk about Winter's Teeth. I'm not going to talk about the second story, but there's been two plot lines in each of these issues. One is centered around her. One is centered around a bunch of other vampires who are uh, a lot less interesting. Let's put it that way. So the this issue is basically all about the Primogen here making her make bad decisions, kind of teaching her the same stuff that Cecily was trying to teach her, which is that everything you do has consequences, and that in their life and their world, there aren't really any happy endings. For the most part, I find the art like really nice to look at. The covers all kind of feel like throwbacks to 90s brain. Work with me here. 90s Vertigo books. There we go. I got it out. Yes. Which they're very evocative, and then you get in here and you start reading this stuff, and it's like, yeah, this looks pretty good. So the big idea of the book is the prince dude, as part of taking the throne, they're cleaning up humans who know too much that live in the town. So those humans are about to have a bad time, and it's going to get worse because they're about to be tortured and stuff. And our little friend here, basically, what's her name? Ollie, I think. She has talked him into saving one of the condemned. Because one of the condemned is the nurse that's taking care of Cecily's sister. I didn't mention her at all. She's a human. She's got dementia and stuff. And the nurse is taking care of her. And so she's one of the people that's going to get wiped out in all this stuff, along with reporter, hunter, da 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 da. And she comes in, and she has to make like some hard decisions. So the prince, or soon to be prince, is willing to burn a little political capital here on Cecily's behalf because he needs her because she gets stuff done. So she is wielding Cecily's political power, which is pretty meager, except for the fact that she gets stuff done because she doesn't engage in politics. She's just like, whatever, I'm going to go do my thing, bro, and stop the threat. So she's like trying to do stuff on her behalf, and she makes a mess of it. Let's just put it that way. She has to make a hard decision, and there are consequences to that decision which haven't played out in the course of this comic book, but the next issue is probably going to be heavy laden with them. And that's going to come back. It's going to reflect on this guy. It's going to reflect on Cecily. It's going to make everything a big mess. Vampire politics are convoluted. They're messy. The world they live in is dark and horrifying. And this book carries all of that with it. It's really superbly written. It's like a master class in how to carry the themes of your subject matter where you're going. In that regards, it's a lot like the Hotline Miami 2 book, or I said Hotline Miami book. There we go. Which feels just like Hotline Miami or Hotline Miami 2. It fits right in with that world, and it's perfectly suited. It's like you're engaging that world just in a different medium. That's exactly what this is. It's engaging the Vampire the Masquerade world, that whole world of darkness thing, on its own terms as a comic book, and it's faithful and it respects what's come before. I don't know if this is like in trades or what by now, because we're on like issue 7. The first story arc probably should be in a trade. I think it was like 5 issues long. Definitely worth checking out. Like, if nothing else, pick it up off of a shelf when you see it and flip through it and see if it's your jam. If you're like me, it just might be. So take care of yourselves. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.